Hello and welcome to the Illuminating Crossroads community. My name's Lisette, and today we're going to be looking into the energies of this upcoming new moon in Libra, which is also a solar eclipse, which is taking place on October 2nd, 2024 at 11:49 a.m. If you are in the Pacific Standard Time, such as myself, or is it Pacific Daylight Time right now? I'm not sure. But anywho, so we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves situated and attuned with this reading. So I'll invite you to grab a nice cup of tea or water. If you want to grab a journal or a notebook to take some notes on anything that kind of pings to you, or if anything comes up and inspires you for how you would like to work with this new moon. All right, and to start off, we're actually going to go through some channeled messages that I got from the Akashic records. But first, I really feel called to actually have us do some square breathing before we begin, so we can really drop in to our body, to really allow the mind to focus on these messages that want to come through, and to really also be in coherence with our heart space as well. So wherever you're at, if you just want to get nice and comfy within your seat, maybe putting the feet on the ground if that is something that is comfortable to you, and just beginning to bring some awareness into the body. So maybe taking a moment to notice where your body is meeting the chair, the ground, the bed, the couch beneath you. And just inviting yourself to take a few intentional breaths. So really anchoring into this present moment to honor what has happened so far before you chose to watch this video, but to invite yourself to let it go, to find presence in what is right here, right now. So if you haven't done square breathing before, the way that it works is we're going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, and then back to inhale for 4 again. And we kind of just repeat this cycle, and we'll do 6 of these breaths. So wherever you're at, just allowing the breath to empty out. And we'll inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4. Last one, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And then taking a nice big breath in, breathing into the belly, filling it up, filling the lungs all the way up, letting it expand the belly, and then exhaling all of that breath out. And then as you do this, inviting the eyes to still stay closed if you chose to do that, and just beginning to imagine that this beautiful pure white light begins to flow through the crown of the head. And you just allow your body to soften even more. And in this moment, if it resonates with you, you call upon your I am presence to be with you so that you can use discernment, have clarity as you move forward with this reading. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into the Akashic records messages that I got. So this is just some messages in regards to this new moon. I just asked for supportive messages that we could work with in just the generalness of our collective. So the first thing that came through is that this new moon really is about the essence of renewal and balance with relation to self and other. It's a time to honor healthy boundaries. And during this new moon, there will be a karmic cleanse that will affect all of us. So it is our choice individually of how much we want to work with this cleansing reset consciously. So just knowing if you do want to work with it more consciously, by you simply intending to do so, it will happen. And then it is very supportive during this new moon. If you want to find stillness, really finding stillness and space to honor the extremes of the duality sometimes that we experience within life, but really inviting yourself to remember what it means to find center, because center is key. And then honoring the individuality of all and honoring the collective influence on all. So an example of this is just meaning to honor the gift to experience this life, and honoring how we show up affects all life. And then next is balancing of the heart and mind, and then mental and emotional maturity. So all of these will, I feel like for those two, I feel called to say it kind of depends on where you're personally at in your own soul evolution. So just really tapping into your own innate wisdom to see, are you in a space where you're focusing more on heart and mind, or are you on more mental, emotional, or maybe you're experiencing both. It really just depends on your journey. And then another thing that came through was lighten the load, and finding simplicity is key. So it's so interesting because key came up twice. So really focusing on these nuggets of keys, like what are key points within things that you do for yourself that really bring about centeredness and this experience of feeling more whole. And even though knowing that you're going through maybe all these different things, and there could be a lot going on, it could be this observation of a storm around you, but how do you find the key, the center that allows you to be in that eye of the storm, so to speak? So things can still take place, they can happen, but you know how to come back to this inner center of presence, of being within right now, right here. Okay, and then next, another supportive thing will be connecting with solar energy during this new moon to clear and purge. So I think in the October month ahead collective reading, I kind of gave an example, so I'll just give it here again, that you can really work with the sun. So if you do like sun gazing, but please be safe, Well, if you choose to do that, maybe do research before you do it, but generally it's done when the sun is rising, when the sun is setting. Or if you want to do sun gazing during the day, you just close your eyes and then just look at the sun via your third eye and allow connection with the sun's consciousness and working with whatever you feel intuitively called to do. Okay, and then next as well, working with the violet flame at this time is really supportive, and I would just like to share, I'm actually going to be hosting an energetic workshop for the violet flame. So we're working on transmutation and freedom. That's going to be on October 19th if you're local to the San Diego area. You can find more details about that in the description below or on the website. And then another thing is forgiveness. So forgive past wrongs of self and other. This is a really good time, especially thinking of relation to self at this time, because that in finding more of that forgiveness, there'll be more forward momentum and lightness, really lightness, so you can feel like you can move forward without having so much denseness that's still being stored within the heart space and really within the body. So really finding a level of forgiveness deep within the body, letting the body know that it's okay, it's safe, it can let go. And then being sure to not be emotionally driven at this time. So not letting the emotions take the lead to where the emotions are in control. So really allowing yourself to feel whatever is arising, but to have awareness of how you want to react. How do you want to assert your energy at this time? And then allow each part of life to be tended to, so not overemphasizing a singular part. And then the mental body is really important, so reclaiming of the mind, which has been an ongoing theme for this year, really, well, since the nodes have been in Aries and Libra. And then working with the fire elemental is supportive. And then I put etheric fire, so working with purification of spirit, the heart of the matter. All right. So that is all that I got from the Akashic records that I felt called to share. So now we're going to move into the cards now, and some of the messages might be a little redundant if there are some things that want to kind of be highlighted. But all right, so we're gonna start off with some tarot cards, and I kind of spread them out so I could just like feel what we'll pull first. So the first question that we're going to tap into is what is coming to a close. So I think it's really important to know, especially when we're dealing with eclipses, these are like big, really big energies for us collectively. And when we're coming to this point of a new moon, it's been this waning period of light. And this to me is like really sealing in the essence of closure in regards to whatever house this eclipse might be taking place for you. And I will have a link down below that lists out the different houses. So if you know at least where Libra is within your chart, you can look at the PDF and see how or what area of life it might be focusing or honing in on for you. All right, and then we're just gonna get one more card. So let's do here and this one too. Okay, beautiful. All right, so what is coming to a close? So first we have the star. So the star right now to me is making me feel like if there's been I'm really feeling this pull towards like relation to self. I feel like the star card is giving this essence of a reconnection. So this is really making me think of, as she looks up in regards to like looking at one's higher self or one's essence of like more pure consciousness. So at the time of this new moon, there is this coming to a close of disconnection with self. So if you have been feeling disconnected from yourself, this is a great time to really dive deeper to see what has it that's actually been blocking, and has it been true, or has your essence always been present? And then this is a time of like closing out not having faith and connection to one's higher self, or to like source consciousness, or God, goddess, spirit, whatever wording phrase you use for yourself. And the Star card is also like really about hope. So it's almost like this like spark of like inspiration or encouragement. So it could be coming to a close. Maybe if you've been having a lot of dense mental thoughts of like thinking like, oh, can I do this, of what I'm working towards, of what it is that I'm wanting. It's almost like this reassurance during this new moon that you can create from this inner spark of your own divinity. So closing out those stories that make you believe that that's not possible is supportive at this time. Okay. And then next we have the World card in reverse. Yeah, so this definitely does make me feel like it could feel like there is, how do I want to say, like at this time you could be feeling like there's a lot of like obstacles and just figuring out like how to move forward, what can be supportive, especially since we have the Six of Swords here too. So this is really dealing with the mental body. So at the time of this new moon, and then we have death. Okay, so let's see what this is. Hermit. Okay, so I'm going to put these two up here, and like literally 4 major arcana cards. So the major arcana cards are really speaking towards self normally within readings. And the way I like to work with the tarot is that in a reading, I see the major arcana as our spiritual evolution. So it kind of tells us at different parts of our journey of where we're at. And the fact that the World card, because normally the World is like, there's this integration, this fullness of understanding of like where our point, our center of perception, and learning how to work with the alchemy of all the different experiences of life, of what arises, be it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, what have you. But there's this awareness, that almost this like innate joy, because it's like, okay, I moved through these things and I've allowed myself to up level. And of course there's always things of which we're continuously learning in life, but there's deeper wisdom that's held within the body. And since I said that, I do feel called to say that this Libra new moon, in ray-centered astrology, which is something that I'm passionate about, Libra receives its light from the yellow ray of creation. So the yellow ray is intellectual creativity. So it's important to note the power of your mind. So really at this time, not letting the mind get the best of you, getting more deeply into the body. And especially because this thread here that's going up to the star, and it's connected to her, but then it's also connected to the ground. So it's really being intentional of grounding in the body, but being connected to your I am presence, your higher self, but also tapping into the central point of you within your heart, and allowing yourself to traverse through these multi-dimensional aspects of self, but to really solidify in like where you want your scales to be balanced internally. So how you can really harmonize these different aspects of self and really find those keys that we were kind of talking about in the Akashic Records messages. So we also have here the Six of Swords. So normally the Six of Swords shows like things happened, but there's a moving forward, even though like waters may still be a bit rocky, if you will. And it almost seems like if you're going back on stuff, or maybe even like I don't want to say regretting things. I'm trying to think of what the feeling actually is. The feeling is it could be regret, but it almost just seems like there could be this grief towards like the past or decisions that have been made or what have you. So I think that would be calling to allowing awareness of like those things were done. It is, what it is, not that we can't or you can't experience emotions from it. We always will sometimes have these lingering thoughts come up from the past, but this is a time to close that and to allow for renewal, especially since we have death and rebirth here, but it is in reverse. So this is kind of almost a layer of avoidance. So at this time, you can tap into the 9, which is the Hermit, and allow these things to come to a close with greater ease. So really diving into your toolbox to see what supports with you having really good mental hygiene. So maybe like cleansing, detoxing, doing a silent day, really dedicating yourself so that you can really work with these energies and to complete within this cycle to close out what has been occurring. All right. So next we are going to see where are you being called to find more harmony and balance. And I'm going to use the Ancestors and Angels Oracle deck. All right. So let's see. All right. It just fixed those. Okay. All right. So here we go. So let's see. Where are you being called to find more harmony and balance during this new moon in Libra? And I will state, like astrologically, if you're into astrology, the Mercury, Mercury, which is the planet that really rules over our intellectual body, is very super close. It's at 11 degrees in Libra, and then the sun and the moon are at 10 degrees. So today when I'm recording is when we're having the Mercury Cazimi, so when Mercury goes conjunct with the sun in Libra, which today is September 30th. So there really is this whole purification. So that essence of that fire is really key, that came through in the Akashic Records messages. So really purification of the mind deeply at this time. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. So we have trader, exchange energy and create abundance. Okay, and then let's see what else comes out. So I will say with this first card that comes out, the one thing that I'm automatically jumping to is in regards to like just thinking of all the wisdom that you've gathered. Yeah, especially we have sage, be devoted and committed. So really honoring like what it is that you want to give to others, what it is that you want to receive, and knowing that like there's an abundance for that to be done, whatever it is within your life. And really cherishing all of the wisdom that you've gathered and really grounding so deeply into this reconnection with self, if that is something that has presented itself to you at this time. And just knowing if you're not feeling really rooted within the essence of yourself, then inviting awareness of what makes you feel a reconnection to who you are. Is it, I don't know, listening to music or writing or like being in nature or like going to movies, hanging out with friends? Like, add some playfulness, because I definitely, like, I feel this like light-hearted essence of playfulness. And that's so funny. I didn't even know he has a peacock feather and we have the peacock feathers there. But anywho, so just allowing for flow. Okay. And then, really inviting yourself at this time as well to tap into, more discipline, if you will, for meditation, for a time within solitude that will be really supportive in helping you to find more harmony and balance, because then it's almost like there's this guidance and clarity of the pathway forward. Like, I'm just like seeing this this like trail, and it's almost like the sun is beaming down on it. Because I closed my eyes, but it seems like the more I close my eyes and I begin to focus on what that light is showing, it's almost like the path gets brighter and brighter and brighter. So how can you be devoted and committed towards what you've been feeling? Because you always, at your core level, you're connected to your essence, your higher self, your I am presence. You're connected to your guides and your teachers and your loved ones. So I really do see that like messages are being left for you to follow. Okay, and then Spirit Fox here says, trust your talents in changing times. Beautiful. So this, to me, is, especially since the energy exchange to create abundance, if you are experiencing difficulties right now, how can you like lean into your resources and your talents at this time? How can you invite yourself, kind of like that playful energy we were talking about? All right, sorry about that. I didn't realize that my camera only records to 30 minutes. But anywho, so for I don't know if it came through, but I was talking about peacock spirit, but normally to me it represents like wealth, prosperity, and beauty. And then also it is an animal spirit that I deeply associate with the third eye, just because of the colors and also like the throat. So really thinking of what it means to initiate with one's own will, or higher will, if you will, and to really be tuned into the more subtleties to receive and know that you can receive, to, as it says here, for protection guardian, drop your shields. So in order to receive, you really do have to drop your shields. So knowing that, like, how can you find more safety? And be it really finding safety in the body, in the present moment, in whatever that looks like for you. So maybe finding like a local practitioner to work with that can really guide you along that journey, so you can have some support if that's something that resonates with you. I also do energy work, so if that's something that you feel would be supportive, you can reach out. But it's really like how can you invite yourself to really drop, I'm almost seeing like, if I like thinking about the heart, if there were just like these, so let's say that you're in this space and there's just icebergs upon icebergs surrounding you, and in this time there is this radiant sunlight that is wanting to melt those icebergs so others can come to you, so you can maybe connect with your soul tribe and maybe find these experiences within life, or really attract these experiences in life which you've been desiring to have deeply, that you've been wanting to have. So that is a message if that happens to resonate with you. Okay, and then next we're just going to see some supportive messages from the archetypal plane that want to come through. Okay, let's see. Supportive messages from the archetypal plane that want to come through at the time of this new moon in Libra. All right. And then I will say, if you like working with animal spirits, I would say obviously the fox is coming through, peacocks, or even crows. Okay. And then as another message, if you do have like animals in your life, if you have little companion animals, friends, it might be nice to really connect with them at this time. Maybe even observe them and see how they go about their day, like how they have their own balance, or maybe even observing nature, seeing how nature has its own innate balance. So then you can remember and find that space again for yourself. And then also writing at this time might be very important and key. And if, I don't know why I just looked at this guy and it was making me think of like energy healing. So that might be really supportive at this time, which I feel like I kind of already notated. All right. So here we have, sorry if the cards are all crooked. I'm still getting used to this new setup that I did. Okay. So, I'm probably going to butcher this name, but it says Hyrith, longing for home, homesick for the stars. And then Starkeeper, cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. So honestly, those two cards kind of take me back towards the star card when we were talking about the thread of how it's connected up and then to the ground, but to the center, to the body, and you being this middle point. So if you are part of the bunch that feels super galactic, as such do I, or as do I, then just knowing that you will find more connection and more flow and being more grounded here, and in really honoring here for what this experience is at this time, and knowing that being here in this human body, in this physical form, is not forever. So what does it mean to simply just enjoy this season? And if you invite yourself to create more spaces of solitude to meditate or to write, I'm even thinking like automatic writing, maybe if that's something that has called to you, or if you want to look into that, you can see if that resonates with you. But knowing that the more grounded, the more you allow for internal balancing of just acknowledging this experience for what it is, but what you get to create from this experience, you'll find deeper connection also with your cosmic ancestors and be able to seed more light for our collective. So, and the fact that the talents and the energy exchange came through too. If you are, I don't normally like to use the phrase light worker, but I'll use it here. Like if you're a light worker or energy healer, or if you do like shamanic journeying or channeling or what have you, like really honoring your gifts and honoring that and allowing your gifts to be more predominant, they will support you in being more supported, to feel like you have the world at I don't want to say at your fingertips because it's a little weird, but like it's like all is accessible to you. And if you're not within that frame of galactic family or doing energy work or what have you, what does it mean to just find more comfort in home of the body, to stay grounded, and to just honor your own radiance at this time? So coming back to that relation with self, if you will. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull a couple of color cards. All right, So it's from the Secret Language of Colors, and I will say already some of the colors that are really standing out would be like the blues and the purples and then green as well. Alright, but let's see what comes through here. So we'll just see what colors would be supportive to work with at the time of this new moon in Libra. And then I'm probably gonna have to change the camera again because I think I'm just gonna change the battery. We're back. Okay, so we're just gonna get some color cards. Actually, okay, well, I'll see. Let's see what comes out. But I'm gonna pull some crystal cards so we can see what crystals might be most supportive for you to work with during the time of this new moon. And of course, when it comes to these different colors or animal spirits or messages, just remember, like, really tapping into your discernment of what is actually supportive to you at a soul level. All right, so really trusting, really checking in with the body to see if it is something that is meant for you to even work with. All right, these cards are going everywhere. So we have lemon. I'm just going to slide everything this way. So we have lemon, access innovative thinking. And then we have cyan, or is it cayenne? I don't know. So, but it says build your confidence. And I think that that's kind of tapping into that essence of like purification of spirit. So like getting to the heart of the matter and like knowing that in this like this trust your talents in changing times, like allow, and that playful energy, like allow yourself to think outside the box, if you will, and to build confidence within this newness, this renewal of which was already innately accessible, like there for you to access, I should say, but like the mental body kind of just got distorted, so it kind of blocked that awareness that it was available to you. So, but now it's like it is available to you. So like, how can you invite yourself to honor it, to use these energies that are present, that are wanting to support you. Okay, and then last, we're just gonna get a couple crystal cards to close out this reading. So if you did stay until the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much. And I do hope that you have a beautiful new moon in Libra. And if you want to join the Illuminating Crossroads community, love to have you. Feel free to subscribe, or if this video supported you, if you could give it a thumbs up, that'd be great. And if you want to leave any comments down below, I'd love to read them. But yeah, okay, so let's see. I feel like it's just these two cards, so we'll go ahead and use, so we have learning with fluorite, and then we have black obsidian with the shadow, and I do feel called to take the back of the deck card, which is selenite. So just know, these may be crystals that would be supportive for you to work with. If you do not have these crystals within your own personal collection, please know you don't have to feel like you have to go get them just for this new moon. You can simply ask to work with these crystal devas by simply calling upon them. In whatever way feels authentic to you to do so. So but we have fluorite here, which is learning, and fluorite is actually really good for third eye and crown. So especially if like you're studying, like, which makes sense, learning. But yeah, and if you're trying to hone in these skills, or if you're learning something new, great crystal to work with. Love it. I actually have fluorite here from a sad tower that actually broke. But it's happy because now there's two babies from one tower before. And then selenite is a really good crystal. I also have it here, but I can't show it well, maybe I can as an example. And then we have like selenite is a really great crystal to work with as well. And then black obsidian, which I actually don't have over here at the moment, but that is really good too. So selenite is good for cleansing and purifying. It's like connected with the moon's energy innately. So it was named after I believe the Greek goddess Selene, if I'm not mistaken. And it works on all levels of your energetic body, so you can really use that to support with that cleansing, that purification, and opening you back up to your innate wisdom that lies within, back into the clear channel with your consciousness, your higher consciousness, your I am presence, and with source. And then black obsidian is really good for shadow work. It's really good for the root energy center. So if you are feeling denser energies at this time, you can even work with crystals that are just similar to these colors to be a support. So really diving into awareness of where are these storylines stemming from that maybe have been coming up within your life in regards to like past things that have been tethering you to the past. So you can allow yourself to illuminate those shadows, to bring awareness to them, so then they can be integrated into your essence, so they're no longer I don't want to for some reason I want to say stealing the show, but anyways, analogy is cool. So awesome. All right, so that is everything I am seeing. So I do thank you so much if you tuned in, and I am sending you so much love during this solar eclipse that's taking place in Libra. I'm going to go ahead and seal this reading with divine love, light, and wisdom. We are complete. So take care, many blessings, and much love until next time. Bye.